All right, Huskies, now we're in problem number 3. Always use our steps that will guide you. Do not skip reading them, please. This is how you make mistakes when you do not read your steps. So let's read step number 1. Check for double negatives. And here's an example of a double negative. We're going to scan our problem. We see a lot of negatives, but we do not see a double negative. So we do not have to use the giant plus. Step 2, highlight all integers. So we're going to highlight and always grab the sign left to the number. That's negative 15. That's going to be in red. Negative 20. That's also in red. And this is negative 10. And that's also in red. All right. So in this problem here, we have all of them are the same. So let's take 2 at a time, right? Because it says fill in the table starting with like terms, but all of them are alike. So I'm going to go ahead and start with negative 15. And I'm going to start with negative 20 because they're all red. Remember, red plus red makes big red. So we're going to go ahead and highlight that in red. And this is an interesting problem. Highlight that in red as well. Okay. So because they're both the same terms, they're both red, we're going to go ahead and add because we're going to make a big red. And when we add a negative 15 and a negative 20, we're going to get a negative 35. Okay. So we are also going to highlight this negative 35 in red. And remember, when we have the blue box, that's where our answer goes. So we're going to go to step 4, fill in the second table starting with the combined term. So this one is the combined term. I'm going to come here, negative 35. And then we see that we use 15, negative 15, and negative 20. We're missing negative 10. So we need to make sure we put the correct number. And now we are going to continue to highlight our integers. And these are both red. They're both negative numbers. They're both the same terms. So we're going to take our math symbol here, our math word here, and we're going to continue to add because they're like terms. So we know this answer is going to be a bigger red. So that's going to be negative 45. And we're going to go ahead and highlight that in red. And we're going to finally put our final answer, negative 45, and highlight that in red. So you're making all this combining terms, combining integers because of red. So the reason this worked is because if we look at this rule, when you add red and more red, you're going to have big red. In other words, you have an integer that is negative and you add more negative integers, you're going to have a larger integer number. So this is why this is working. So I hope this helps. Do not get scared for when you see 3 numbers. This organizer is going to help you. Okay, good luck.